Okay, y'all, so this is part two. And I may be able to possibly wrap that up. But anyway, obviously, 2014 was the year for me. So, 2014 came, all the things happened in 2014. By 2015, my husband and I, my now husband and I, we were getting married. Yes, he was the person I was having the affair with. All of that is neither here nor there to probably you, the listener, but it's just how I have to tell a story. It matters, okay? Because then both of us in 2014, when we found out what had been happening, we both felt guilty. We felt very guilty for what we had done. Now, some of you would say, but didn't you feel guilty because you were having an extramarital affair? Hell no, because the marriage was shit anyway, because he would not work in a pie factory tasting pies. I digress. Plus, I'm not the person who cares if you judge me for any of the things I'm revealing to you. If I cared, I wouldn't be revealing them on social media, okay? So anyway, all of that being said, I definitely 2014 came to an end. Clyde and I were at that point living together. He was helping us to, pay bills that we could not afford to pay and all the things. He just moved in and started doing the damn thing like a true partner does. In 2015, my divorce became final. He and I had been basically dating off and on since 2013, so we went ahead and tied the knot shortly after the divorce was final. Then, in October of 2015, because the ex had finally made bail from where he was at, he came and he was trying to get visitation rights with my other daughter, the daughter he and I shared biologically. So all of this does play heavily into why I am the way I am and into the type of practitioner that I am. So in 2014, I basically had started the deconstruction and started kind of dipping into witchcraft. 2015 came, and by that time I was praying to Hecate and, getting my feelers out there, and took my religious trauma over into my witchcraft, which was wrong, but I'm telling you all this to get to a point. In that religion, you're heavily taught that, you have to discern whether things are a sign or if they're just coming from yourself. So that did help me, but because of everything I had been through in July of 2014, because of all the things that came crumbling down as far as everything I'd ever believed, at this point I didn't know what to believe. So everything was a sign. So I dipped a little into some spiritual psychosis, if you will. Probably pretty heavily. Everything was a sign. I was seeing the patterns where there really, in hindsight now, there really weren't patterns, but I was seeing them anyway. Okay. So I continued to go through everything we were going through as a family, plus my own inner battles with everything that was going on, mother's guilt, and all those things. And all of that has played very heavily into the type of practitioner I am. So anyway, praying to Hecate, figuring out that there are maybe some spells that I could do that would still allow me to be a God-fearing Christian. Then I started reading a little bit about Appalachian faith healing and realizing that's what the hell my granny was. She just never did call herself that. She never did call herself a witch. She never did call herself an Appalachian granny. She was just our granny. It's just the title she took on. Anyway, found out some stuff by accident. Okay. Then further on down the road, after I was reunited with my cousin Firechild 83, she and I and my sister made some discoveries about our granny, and so all of that led into other things. But all the while, all this other stuff is going on. Okay, all this other stuff is going on. So from 2014 to 2017, we battled the legal battle that was getting him convicted and getting him put into prison, okay, for what he did to my daughter. And in 2017, early in 2017, I had fully decided that I was walking away from Christianity. I did not know how. I didn't want to stop going to church because I had just done it for so long. But I did. Stopped. Period. I had been severely hurt by the previous church that I was in, and I had left and gone to another church, and I just felt like church was what I needed, okay? But it became very much so harder and harder to sit under those words and for a person to tell me that I had to just forgive, and I had to just forgive, and I had to just forgive, and, all those things. So stay tuned for part 3 because this one is getting lengthy.